Hello everyone, I'm Overhaul, and today I'll be making a video about Carrot being the traitor in the rebellion, or the alliance, or whatever you will call it. So yeah, now as most of you by now already know, there is a traitor amongst the alliance or rebellion. Yeah, because of two reasons. First one, Jack got to Zou, in which Inuarashi stated a very useful information source, said that the only way for someone to get to Zou is with a Vivo card. For example, he had the Straw Hats got to Bappo because Law gave them the Vivo card, and the other group of Straw Hats was able to get to Zou because they had their Vivo card. Well, I believe Law even had his own Vivo card. It had Beppo's Vivo card, so there are multiple ways. And the only other way, and Beppo did have a Vivo card for someone in Nihisha. Or maybe they just encounter it. I mean, I'm pretty sure someone would be one of the few ships that could get find Zuisha pretty quickly. So yeah, it's very apparent that it. So yeah, so for Jack to be able to get to Zuisha twice, means that he had to have a Vivo card. So, and the second evidence there's a traitor is because the information of their first plan was leaked to the Shogun, Orochi, and Peace Pirates. So this proves that there's someone informed, and because Lost Companions didn't tell the information, it means they had to someone else. Now there again, you can't explain that whole leaking information on the Kinema just not playing enough. For example, not thinking that maybe some of the Orochi's subordinates or soldiers got their hands on the leaflet and were able to tell something. But even if that's the case, the whole Zou thing is definitely implied as a traitor. And the whole Zou thing also proves that it's a mink. Now, the reason why I think Carrot is the traitor is namely three reasons. First one, the fact that in the One Piece magazine we get an extended scene of the 3 calamities, or possibly 4 calamities now. Because remember that scene in which the Kozuki family was in front of the Odon's palace, and we see the 3 calamities on the side as trees are burning. We see another figure there that looks suspiciously like Carrot. Librarian of Ohara even put on his Facebook page or Twitter, I believe. So go on Librarian Ohara to check it out if you want to see it for yourselves. But yeah, there was a 4th figure. Good. Then another reason why is that in the Vivo card data book, we get to see Carrot's Vivo card has a different coloring than most other mink colorings. And the way that Auto from Library of Ohara called it was a combination between the mink Vivo cards and the Beast Pirates Vivo cards, which is perfect if you consider the fact that they get both of those in the same volume. So yeah, so the color from Carrot was a mixed, which is something that a regular person would not notice. And the final reasoning why I think is it makes story-wise sense. You see, the problem with writing a traitorous character is that you need to make people feel something when they betray you. It's kind of the whole thing with My Academia. I mean, yes, we can have someone like Kota be the traitor and it would make sense, or Hogakure, but since we don't really feel anything, it would not exactly be a big deal if, oh my god, Hogakure, the invisible girl turns out to be the traitor? So yeah, but since we have an entire arc with Carrot, we would feel something if she turned out to be a traitor. If she like said to say, oh, it wasn't he that was the traitor. I was the one who told them I was the traitor. So yeah, if Carrot's a traitor, we would feel something. But if, I don't know, let's say that monkey mink who was in charge of ringing the bell, or that sheep mink, I don't exactly remember their names, the giant sheep mink that Nami was sleeping on when the Luffy and the others came, it wouldn't really hit as hard as if it was Carrot. I mean, yes, the backstory and the reveal can hit you hard, but, well, as soon as it show up would be better. And hell, that could be some kind of a nice little twist to all the stories. I mean, usually he would start having a female be a villain and turn into a hero character, but at the end, but this time would be, she would start as a hero character and then she would end up as a villain. That would kind of make sense. Now, alright, let's go through all the disproof that some people might say. For example, but that can't be. Carrot was fighting against Jack when she was at Zou, and she would knew where Raizo was. Now, first thing, Carrot is Aurora's aide, which means she works between Musketeers and the Guardians, and even which only gives her enough position to know Raizo is there. Because, Patron might have mentioned that, or someone would mention, like, for example, if she would go to Patron for training, we go into the power level later. When she go to Patron to training, one of the guardians would say, oh no, wait, Patron is in charge, he needs to check on Wano, ally from Wano. And that would be something that you could tell her, because she has that position, and how it seems that pretty much all Minks at least knew that Raizo was on the island. So it makes sense. How we don't even know how Raizo really made his entrance to Zou. Did he just got to Zou and they just started to walk there and they just the monkey rang the bell and Raizo just walked in there, or did he encounter Nakamushi when he entered? We don't know. I mean, it seems like he just walked in. So yeah, there's a way for Cat to find the information out. Also, in case you're wondering about the age thing, because we found out Cat's 15, well, it is always possible that she traveled along with the other ones to the future. Because, well, we don't exactly. I don't believe we even saw how Carrot, how it looked like when Otoko, was that the name of Momonosuke's mother? No, really. When Momonosuke's mother used her time fruit, I mean, the only thing we saw was then there a second, and in the next second they were in the future, 20 years. So if we would wanna say that she jumped in the middle, she would also be teleported to the future. So yeah, that explains the whole aging thing, because I feel that will be something mentioned. Because she's 15 and 20 years, that's a bit of an age gap. I mean, she wouldn't even be born at that time. 5 years ago she was born. Now, stuff you also might bring up, but she was trained by Pedro at that emotional scene during Whole Cake. Alright, first thing. The training between her and Pedro, as well as the Musketeers, was stated in the Vivo card that it's not a very big gap. So we can take that to mean all different things. So for example, you could say it's a couple of months before. riser. Hell, we don't even know how long. Hell, we can even make the case that she got off a bit earlier there or something. I mean, how long? I mean, do we even know how long it took for Kanema and everyone to go their separate ways? I don't believe exactly know. Hell, she seems to be the same. She doesn't even. There doesn't need to be a year of a gap, like weeks it could be. So yeah, the whole time with Pedro, it's not a big. It's not a very big disproof. Also, regarding to her power level, she was not able to use a sword. When it came to fighting, she was able to do things as fine as she could. I mean, swordsman, that was a problem, not her general skill of fighting. That was nothing stated. How she could even make herself look weaker. I mean, you don't exactly need to always look like a total badass on the battlefield to be a traitor. You can be like the same thing as some people think Kaminari has, when she's actually pretending to be a lot weaker than she really is. We only assume that she might be an all-star, we don't exactly have any proof of it. But if she is the traitor, obviously. If the traitor is. So yeah. Plus, between Jack not having hockey, or at least not being scared to have hockey, it's possible that the Beast Pirates are more physical brawlers. So if she was a lot more capable when it comes to strength and speed, that would make sense. So yeah. And then as far as her emotional connection to Pedro, well, it's always possible that she did feel something and she legitimately didn't want him to die. I mean, just because they're a traitor, they don't really need to be completely detached from it. And maybe she did feel some sadness, like boring enough to make her cry, but not. Maybe she exaggerated a little bit. But that could still be there. There's no saying that it's impossible for her to feel that. So yeah, that's as far as her Pedro connection thing and power level. Now, another the reasons why she would be the traitor is because if you look at the timeline, there are a couple of things that I am interested in finding out where Kat was in some of those moments. For example, when Jacko Richard dug Zoe, she was there. She did fight a little bit with him. I do believe we see her in the manga as well. It's not something standard. We do, I believe, see her in a fight. Not a major fight, but just just in the attacking shot. But then when Jack used that curry or that kill gas made by Caesar, I don't believe we see her anywhere of that. I mean, the way that the Vikia basically was written seemed to imply she was there present in the attack, and then it tells what happened to all the minks. But as far as everything else, it doesn't seem to be implying anything about her being there. I don't believe we see her extended image. I think we see a couple of other minks. I do believe we see the Musketeers and the two main Guardians, Blackback and that other horn guy. And we know Pedro was that because we saw him walking all damage and begging Sanji and the others for help. We also know Wanda was there. I believe one of them escaped. Yeah, one of the minks did escape that gas, so she was able to do stuff fairly well. But I don't believe we see Kara there anywhere. I mean, I don't even believe we see her there when they asked to be healed. In fact, seriously, did we ever see her there? I don't believe we do. So there is that gap of time, so we can always assume that Carrot snuck away, and then Jack used the gas. She was unaffected by it. When everyone was knocked out and all the other mink, nurse mink ran away, that Carrot also went away the other direction, so she wasn't able to notice it, and the minks were unconscious. She regroups with Jack, and then she says everything she knows, and then she'll look for it somewhere. Maybe she'll encounter someone that escaped it and they'll tell her something. She went the other direction, she was hopping around a bit, and then when the Straw Hats show up, she just swooped right in so there will be no big problems if they just see her randomly like looking around. So yeah, that's a possibility. And then we also need to discuss how she... Also, if you wonder about the whole she wants to see the world thing, that could just be something to make her so like, yo, Straw Hats, can I come with you? Can I come with you? But yeah, that what she wants to do isn't that big of a deal. It's kind of weirdly genetic. But yeah. Then the next thing it's kind of suspicious about her is, why would she go to the Straw Hats to the Whole Cake Island? I mean, why specifically? I mean, I'm pretty sure all the Guardians and Musketeers knew that they are going to Wano. How they even arrived earlier in Wano than the Straw Hats. So why didn't she, if she wanted to go on an adventure, why didn't she go to Wano? I mean, why would she go on that mindless trip? I mean, I'm pretty sure she said something about if she wanted to go with Petro, but still. Also, if I remember correctly, she wasn't a part of the group, a retrieval team when Luffy did that big hawk and that jump of Zuhisha. I believe she was literally just there found. Yeah, I think, Luffy was there with his backpack and Packums. He grabbed Brook, Petro, Nami, and Chopper and went down. And then when they were on the ship, she was there. First thing, how the hell did she get there so fast? And secondly, how did no one notice? I mean, it was explained that she brought the monkey with some bananas, but seriously, how the hell did she get from Zuhisha, probably the largest creature in One Piece, unless if there's a planet-sized creature that has so far not been confirmed yet. Well, maybe there is actually a creature inside One Piece. Well, not once, inside the planet One Piece actually. But, so how did she get from over there with no problem at all? Oh, she was all happy, cheery, and all packed. So yeah, that's a bit weird. I mean, you can always say that Oda just want to draw her more, and how he did a line that he gives chapters more depending how depending on how popular a character becomes. For example, Law is the best example of it, where Oda didn't really have big plans for him at the beginning, but since how popular he was with the fans, he just decided to put him in. Kind of makes me wonder how would the story be if Law wasn't the important, all the focus and the fan base that he got. I mean, would Oda just replace those moments with some other supernova, or would those moments just not happen? I do wonder these are the type of things I wonder. So she went to Whole Cake, and then there's nothing really suspicious about her there, but then they came to Wano. Also, by the way, something you must realize, Carrot knows the rope poneglyph for Big Mom. She knows that Brook has the rubbings of it. So, if the Beast Pirates would ever want to go after them and they say, get the rubbings of the poneglyph, they would know, they'll be able to know it from Carrot. But yeah, back to when she arrives to Zou, there is not much of her. I think the only time she says or does anything is 2 times. One time when she says he's an even match for Master Inuarashi. Oh geez, the plan has been leaked, what are we gonna do? Which, honestly, I feel like that whole panicking because the plan was leaked could possibly be because it will kind of fit her personality, as she kind of knows how how would everyone imagine if she would find something like this out. But the whole even match for Inuarashi is, I guess, something that she kind of thinks, like trying to figure out what power level the Red Knight Scabbers really are after this time period. So yeah. Also, the plan was leaked right after the Straw Hats arrived, so that's something we can also consider. I mean, it was not before; it was right after. So, if Carrot, so right after Cat figured out the plan, she could inform. And also, wasn't she with Okiku, Chopper, and Momonosuke and Otama? I mean, why not? I understand that Kiko is there to protect it, but you would think that Picard would also be there to protect it, and because she sees Chopper as her big bro. So that's a bit weird. So, is there anything else I want to talk about with her? Yeah. Why would the Red Knight Scabbers not recognize her if she was there at the attack? Well, take it in a number of ways. They never encountered her. I mean, there's nothing to really. I mean, they never encountered her. I mean, seriously. It's not like they must encounter all the calamities. I don't even believe they knew which ones were in charge. I mean, Jack could be excused because he wasn't an All-Star at that time. But it seemed like Nakamushi and Inuarashi didn't even mention, you kind of remind me of a beast pirate member we once fought. But still, it's possible that they never encountered Jack. How even for King and Queen they didn't seem to mention anything. I mean, Okiko, I think Okiko mentioned only that Queen was in charge of Udon, but consider the fact that she did some research and found out that Jack was in charge of Kibi, it could also mean that she just knew it because she took notes on that Udon as well. And yeah, Okiko might have not seen them. And for every other Red Knight Scabbers, like Nakamushi Inuarashi definitely haven't met her. I mean, it's possible. Kinemon, Raizo, Contra, all these guys probably not notice her. Ashinoja as well not. Kawamasa hasn't seen her so far. Okiku seems that she didn't even know any of them. Maybe not. Maybe they just have brief skirmishes with them, but not enough to remember them. And as for Denjiro, we still know who that guy is, if he even is around, like, we don't know. So, the main idea is that Carrot could have simply not been noticed by anyone of the Red Knight Scabbers now encountered her. However, the only time I believe they even encountered anyone of the higher ups from the Beast Pirates is Kaido. I mean, we only know that Asadoji and then Jiro fought Kaido. Obviously, they lost, and somehow Asadoji was able to come out unscathed, but we only know that. I mean, if any of them fought any of the previous version of the All-Stars, or anything, that we don't know. Like, it's most likely they did fight some of them, but, we haven't seen any proof of it. It's possible that all the Night Scavengers just fought Kaido and they all got defeated by him. Now, we don't even know if there was any fighting between them. It could just be it was all panicking. So yeah, we don't know so far. So, if I was going to say if Carrot is a traitor, I would definitely lean into her being the traitor. But I can imagine that maybe Oda is just putting her as a red herring. Which is weird, considering the main two reasons why someone would think that she is that in a bonus thing about fact places for One Piece, but I guess Oda is just kind of trying to spread the word around on internet. But yeah, do have a, but yeah, I do feel like Khaled could very well be the traitor. Now, you guys, tell me in the comments below. Do you think that I'm right? Are there any problems you see or anything that you want put in as better evidence? I would like to hear down below. Now, anyways, I hope you liked this video. I hope you're gonna leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos in the future. And that's it. I cannot wait to see all you people next time. Bye.